look at that, we just can't really get through this 20 exponential moving average. We try, but got rejected around that 50 exponential moving average. Right now we're doing that, and we're just selling off what I call a control. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Well, this is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. Now, if this is your first time, you're welcome to this channel, and what I'll be doing today, I'm gonna be talking about stocks. And these stocks are going to be the long-term kind of stocks, and of course our large cap and large price stocks. And in the midst you will see small price as well, depending on your wallet, right? But the market has been acting up really bad this couple of days, and we're not really seeing any headwind in terms of to the upside down to the downside. Looking at the SPY on weekly, I also did detail more about the market in my previous low float, low price stocks, so you can always take a look at it as well. Now, looking at the market at this point in time, for a possible bounce off the 424 area, that is where I'm expecting the market to possibly bounce off of. Reason is because this area also have a very solid looking shape in terms of resistance here. We acted on a very solid resistance around this area in the weekly, and every time the market pull back, it tend to bounce off that area as well. So what are we expecting? We're expecting the market to bounce off this range, with a low side of 420. That's what I'm expecting the market to do, to bounce off that level. We've had what, 1, 2 and 3 candles, and look at that on the weekly, showing bearish looking shape, because pressure came in and just sold right off that week and then continue to the downside, right? So the only thing we need now is just for the market to bounce off the 420. All right, we just celebrated 420 the other day. What have you? Anyways, this is not a recommendation to buy or to sell stock or equity in whatsoever. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Now, looking at the broader view, like I said, I talked about it in my previous video. I wouldn't be able to post most of the chart here on YouTube or analyze it, but I'll post them up on my Twitter and on my stock tweet. If you can take a look at that, that is my stock tweet as well. I analyze and I talk more about stocks, different stocks, what I'm watching for the following week to come, right? For the market, we're red as of Friday. Okay, so we're expecting some form of a bounce in the market. All the sectors, they're all down, right above the needed level. So keep an eye out on the market for this coming week. It should be really hot, because why? We have earnings report coming up as well. And this report, you can find this also on Twitter. You can follow Earnings Whisper as well. They always put out earnings for the week coming in. So as well, just keep an eye out on this page, because right now we have so many coming in. On Monday we have Coca-Cola before the open, OTIS, we have Activision, Blizzard as well, Philips, and some more coming in on Monday. Okay, but on Tuesday, that's when the real action starts, right? We have UPS, we have Microsoft, we have Alphabet, and we also have GM, and of course, guys, we have the goddamn Chipotle too, man. We got that coming in. We also have Boeing as well, Qualcomm, Ford is also coming in, as well as Roku, Nokia, Twitter, Apple, Amazon, Caterpillar, Exxon, Chevron on Friday. How about that? Abivai as well is also reporting. Bristol Myers as well, guys, after the market closed on Friday. Before open, my bad. Before open on Friday. So keep an eye out on this name. Enphase as well is on Tuesday after the market closed. So I will say, it is a very packed, intriguing earnings report coming in, and this will detect if the market is going to bounce off this support that I just talked about on the SPY. Okay, so keep an eye out on this area. Let's see if the market does bounce off that area. First stock is gonna be AAL, American Airlines. Why? Because American Airlines actually broke through the 200 moving average, pulled back to retest it, and then boom, surged back to the upside and got rejected around the 2150 area. So right now we're pulling back. If $20 doesn't hold as a support, what am I expecting next? I'm expecting the downside pressure to come in, because right now this is a bearish looking shape in the market, so on this particular stock. So if 20 doesn't hold, guys, now we'll revisit the 200 moving average, which is that $19 spot. That's just one point, right? So keep an eye out. This area is a very solid area where the institutions will pick up. See how volume comes in and then push right through that area. Aapl, what are you talking about? One thing about Aapl is it has its own mind, it has its own trading, pattern. Even when the market was selling off, guess what? Aapl was right there around that 170 area, but then guess what? the sellers kind of overwhelmed the stock, and then we just rejected that 50-20 exponential moving average back down into trend support. So 161 is my area for support. If it doesn't, I'm looking to pick up some more around the 200 moving average. Why? Because every time we pull into 200, we bounce right off, pull into, bounce right off. What I'm expecting a bounce off that area on Aapl. Aapl is a long-term stock, right? It's not what you just buy and just think, oh yeah. Anyway, Dow Jones Industrial as well. I'm looking for this area to act as a support. QQQ, the same thing. This area is the area for the bounce. IWM looking at 192. This is just the the beautiful looking shape. PayPal as well is doing me bad. I have some long-term position. I'm still holding my long-term position, and I'll be thinking about adding if price or the market decide to go green. So keep an eye out on that name as well. Facebook as well. Those talking heads on CNBC, they talked about Facebook being a very good, or what we call the meta platform, being good around this 50 exponential moving average, only for this 50 exponential moving average to get rejected back down to support. Right now we are failing support. We closed right below support. So what are you expecting, right? We're expecting for the stock to reclaim that support, and then we bounce right off that area. Now we're also looking at Square. What is going on with Block? Block right now, we're looking for price to hold the $100 level as a support. Okay, if price really push through, expect some serious bounce back into that $100 spot. So keep an eye out, see if this same action happen again on Block. Okay, Boeing is another beautiful one. Boeing right now, we have the trend is down. Okay, higher lows, and guess what? We're trying to make new lows right here. So see if price continue to that sell pressure continue on Boeing, and then we can retap or revisit this trend line. So keep an eye out on that. What are we talking about? Look at that. Tesla, this one was really a bad deal for me. I got messed up real bad because I picked up some calls in anticipation of the move and hold to the upside, but that didn't happen because I took out of the money call. I went against my rule, I went against my principle, and I took out of the money call 1150, and only for that to decay and decay and decay non-stop to the downside to zero. Okay, so I lost money on that in anticipation of the push on Tesla. Reason is because if you get out of the money call and your money didn't hit when they announced their report, man, you're gonna get a real good beating on any options play. Now for Tesla, I'm looking for Tesla to pull back to this 976 area, 975, which is our 50 exponential moving average support bounce. Every time we pull to that level, we bounce off that level, right? So right now we are trying to hold the 20 exponential moving average. If we don't, if this stock really doesn't hold that $1,000 level, then expect 975 in the coming days to come as the market begin to, you know, aim more pressure to the downside. BMRN as well, they have earnings report coming in. If they do good, then I'll be expecting price to push right into 86 or even $88. If they do bad, I'll be expecting price to run down to about $75 or $74 area and then look for a continuous bounce to the upside. GSK as well, they're reporting as well. This one, I wouldn't say the earnings report has been priced in, but right now we're pulling back to the downside, failing the 20 exponential moving average. Next bus stop is going to be $44 and some change. So keep an eye out on that because that coincides with our 50 exponential moving average. Now we're looking at ZM as well. Zoom. Well, the pandemic play is over and now we're just trailing and trailing and trailing and trailing the 20 exponential moving average. Look at that. We just can't really get through this 20 exponential moving average. We try but got rejected around that 50 exponential moving average. Right now we're doing that and we're just selling off what I call a control selling. UAL, this one is trading like an ETF, but anyways, we broke right through the 200 moving average and then gap up. Now what I'll be looking for this gap fill, good or bad. I'll be looking for this gap fill. Looking at $50 or $51 put option will be a very great deal. This is not a recommendation, guys. Alright, so looking at that, we're also looking at Twitter as well with Elon Musk and all that. I'll be expecting a bounce off up to above the 200 moving average. If we can bounce off that 50-51 area, then we can continue to push to the upside into even $55-56 and then back down if no news on Elon Musk acquisition. ABBV, as one is Abivar. Right now you see how we've been trailing the 20 exponential moving average, failed it. Now we're back to the 50. So 50 right now is going to act as our support as it has been before. So look for that area to hold. If it doesn't, then you can get a serious flush down to 135 area in the coming days, in the coming weeks. All right, now Roku. Okay, Roku right now, Roku is been selling off. The same thing, like I said, you know, the 20 exponential moving average has been rejected so many times. So right now we're pulling lower into this trend. So look for this trend as a support in the coming beautiful days to come. So EXAS as well, EXAS support is around $60. They have earnings report as well. AMGN, we're looking at priced in earnings report. We got really extended and now pulling back, failing trend support. Okay, this is our uptrend support. Right now we're filling it back into the 20 exponential moving average. See if price can hold the 20 exponential moving average, then we'll continue back to the upside. If not, I'll be looking for 240 as a form of support. Netflix, what's going on with Netflix? Netflix right now really gapped down. So right now Netflix has a defined gap at this point in time, okay, because of their subscribers. Guess what, you know, they lost a lot in terms of subscriber, and don't forget, you know, they pulled out of Russia as well, so that also reduced some of their subscribers, and they're wanting to cut back on you know, sharing password on Netflix. So right now Netflix is holding this area. It's been holding it for the past 3 days, and see how things work out on that particular name. ALNY as well. They have earnings report coming up, looking for the break of that 200 exponential moving average. We also have Starbucks failing support. We have SWKS as well into support. We also have Google as well. Really, this is a very serious failing on Google as well. River Split is still coming up, just keep that in mind as well. Disney as well also failing. We got Walmart also pulling back, as well as Kroger as well pulling back. Right now the 20 exponential moving average is failing. Then look for the trend line for a support. AMC as well. AMC right now, AMC is holding this trend, $16.50 area. If it doesn't, then if that area doesn't hold, look for $15. Remember, we called it the break of 20, then we can shoot right up, and guess what, we did that and got rejected around the 200 moving average. So keep an eye out on that. BYND as well back into support. TGT right now, TGT is pulling back. I think we're pulling back to the 200 moving average, the 235 area. If 240 does not hold, then we're looking for the 235 spot. Amazon split is coming up as well. We're looking for this area as well. We're gonna split on Amazon. So right now this area is a pickup zone. I know, yes, it is. Right now, if price continue to push lower, pressure continue to come in, looking for the 2800 spot on that. DKNG, I added some to my portfolio on Friday. Now my average is back down to about 1450, and that is my position. So I think I'm still holding in anticipation of the bounce into this trend line as well. Guys, the remaining chart, the remaining stocks, I'm going to post them up on my Twitter and on my stock tweet account, so keep an eye out on those as well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I wish you guys the best freaking trading days ahead, and don't forget, take profit as the stock continues to push to the upside, or if you're shorting the stock as it continues to push to the low side or to the downside, take profit on the way up or the way down, whichever the case may be, long or short. Peace and love, guys. Bye bye.